how to create a bulletproof, pain-free, strong back. I'm going to give you 6 exercises. There's no equipment. All you need is a wall and a floor. Now, if you have a tight, painful back and you've had it for years, or if you've had it recently and you just can't figure out how to fix it, these 6 exercises, when done in a certain way, I'm going to show you, can relieve your back, but not only relieve your back, strengthen your back. So you have the freedom to lift weights, to hike, to run, and to do all those things without that nagging, painful feeling. Let me show you these 6. You want to find a seat, a bench, a couch. Spread your knees out as far as you can. So if I was to show you what this looks like from just a side angle, spread your knees out as far as you can. Activate your inner thighs. Arch your back as you go down. So as I'm going down, I'm keeping all of the tension on my abs and my inner thighs. Now, research shows that the more tension that you add to the opposing muscle group that you're trying to release, like our back, the more that you're actually going to release the back. It's a process called reciprocal inhibition. And studies actually indicate that when you activate your muscles like this in a stretch, it is the most effective way for releasing the muscle. That's why I love it. Now, here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to round your back, okay? You don't want to round your back like this. You want to keep a nice arch in the back. Now, a progression from this is holding some weights or, a band and going down and coming up. And that strengthens the lower back while releasing the lower back. So you get a 2-for-1. This is called a pigeon push-up. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my foot in front of me like this and create a 90-degree angle with my leg. I'm going to rotate my hip forward, so I'm facing forward. Now, this is like the pigeon stretch in yoga. If you've never done yoga before, it's called the pigeon stretch. Pigeon pose, very similar. But here's the difference. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hand on my foot so it doesn't slide back. All right? I'm going to put my other hand here, kind of like a push-up. I'm going to go down for the nice deep stretch. Oh, that feels really good. And then come up. Now, here's the difference. I'm going to come down, but this is an active stretch. So I'm going to press my knee into the ground using my hip muscle to lift me up. So I'm releasing, activating, releasing, activating. And if you know me and if you know my work, I fully believe in active stretches. Now, research shows, I always say this, research indicates that the more you activate the muscle that you're trying to stretch back and forth, it's one of the most effective ways to increase your mobility, your flexibility, your range of motion in your joints. And you want to do this anywhere between 10 to 20 reps. Now, the progression for this is when I'm lifting up, I can actually lift my hand, okay? Lift my hand. And if I get to a certain strength in my glutes and my back, I can actually go down and use the knee and my glutes and my piriformis to lift me into the air. So you're releasing and you're strengthening at the same time. You want to find a wall, spread your feet out as wide as you can, activate the thighs. That's the most important thing about this exercise. And what you want to do is you want to lean against the wall, stretch your arms as far above your head as you possibly can, and lean to one side. You want to activate the quad that you're leaning towards. And that's really important for stability, but it also activates and releases more of the muscle. Then you go to the other side, just kind of sliding back and forth. Now, this releases the QL, the quadratus lumborum. That's this muscle in your spine, and it also releases all of the muscles in your rib cage. It releases your lats, it releases your triceps, and frankly, this is one of my very favorite stretches because I had such a tight back. Now, the progression for using no weight is just like grabbing a weight. This is like a 4-pound ball. You can grab a 6-pound ball. You can grab a water bottle. Put that above your head. And the cool thing is that as you're increasing your flexibility, you're also increasing your strength in your core, and it just feels so incredibly good. This is one of those exercises that I just feel so much euphoria after you do it. You can do anywhere between 10 reps per side to 20 reps per side. Tight quads and tight hip flexors means tight, angry, painful back, okay? Now, a lot of people think that they need to stretch the back if they have back pain. Oftentimes it's the quads and the hip flexors. So what you want to do is you want to find a wall and put one of your knees in the corner of the wall. You want to keep your shin flat. Now, this is too hard. I'm going to show you the regression, something a little bit easier. Then what you want to do is you want to put your bottom front foot right in front of you, just like that. Keep it nice and stable. You can hold on to something if it feels like you're off balance, and activate the glutes. Activate the glutes to release the quad and the hip flexor. As soon as you activate the glutes, go ahead and lean back. Now I like to pulse. 1, 2, and release. Activate, lean back, 1, 2, release. I find that pulsing really makes my muscles feel safe, and I also find that pulsing increases my flexibility faster. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep doing this until I do about maybe 15 or 20 reps. Now the regression, or stepping down if it's a little too hard, is you find a bench, you find a seat, you find a couch. That's why this is called the couch stretch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and prop my foot up. You might want to put a little pad under your knee. I don't mind it. I don't mind having not a pad. Don't having a pad, whatever the term is. I don't care, but you may care. Elevate, keep this foot active. Keep this leg active. Activate the glute. Lean back, remain upright. And just like before, you want to pulse, or you can just hold it statically. Some people like to hold it. I don't. I like to keep it active the whole time. 1, 2, 3, relax. 1, 2, 3, relax. Now, if this is too hard, go ahead and put your foot on the ground, put your knee on the ground, and put gentle pressure while squeezing the glute and thrusting your hip forward so you can release the quad and release the hip flexor. You want to lay flat on the ground, activate your glutes and your hamstrings. Go ahead and lift your arms up to the side just like this. Lift your whole body up in the air, drive it forward and hold for 1, 2, and down. Now, what you want to do is you want to put all of the pressure, attention, and focus on the middle of your shoulder blades. This is your lower trapezius muscle. So you want to lift it up as high as you can, drive it forward, 1, 2, and down. Now, when you increase the flexibility of your back, you also want to strengthen your back, and you do that by doing active isolated stretching. You're releasing certain muscles while you're activating muscles. It's like you're getting to 2 for 1. You want to get into a deep split squat or lunge position. Keep that back leg as straight and as locked as you can. Bring that knee a little bit more forward than you typically do. When you bring your knee forward and you feel that nice stretch in your hip flexor, you know you're doing it right. Fingers behind the ears. Okay, if this is too hard, we'll go ahead and show you an alternative to this specific variation. Come all the way down with your elbows all the way back, activating the middle of your shoulder blades, and then come out, lift up, straighten out that back leg even more, thrust that front knee forward even more, and lean back, activating your back, stretching out your chest, stretching out your hip flexors and quads for 3, 2, total of 6 seconds, and release. Come forward, bring that knee forward, drive that back leg straighter, lean back as far as you can, 3, 2, total of 6 seconds, and release. Now, if that's too hard, go ahead and cross your arms on your chest, come forward just like this, and when you come back, bring that knee forward even more, straighten out that back leg even more, lean back, activate. If you need a little bit more balance, you can hold onto your hips. You can hold on to something on the side of you and release. Do a total of 5 to 10 per side. I hope that these 6 exercises will inspire you to do them consistently. Now remember, you have a mission and a purpose, and I hope this helps you.